Well, hello everyone. It's Granny. Come on in and take a seat at my table. Let's have a little chat and do some crime busting. Um, Grab your beverage, and we're going to continue on with our series. Where is Sebastian? We are going back. We went back to the beginning. We've been going through all the interviews that took place, and we're on March 18th. So that was actually, so March, 6 months ago already. So yeah, it's been a while. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, lighted up green for him. He's been missing since February 26th, late night 25th, early morning hours 26th, from Hendersonville, Tennessee, Sumner County. He's 15 years old. He's going to be 16 in December, and Granny's new goal is to have him home by Christmas. Let's do it, guys. Let's make a big push, get his name out there and his face out there, and let's get him home by Christmas. Sebastian has dirty blonde hair, brown eyes. He's 5'5", weighs between 110 and 120 pounds, wears square rim glasses. He doesn't like to be barefoot. He has trouble making friends, trouble with social interactions. His favorite song is Eye of the Tiger, and his favorite color is green. All right, so tonight what we're going to do is we've been listening for the last two days on a video that with Terri Lynn that Seth was on. And I kept thinking, okay, we'll finish tonight. It's a long video, guys. Seth was on there for a long time. So I'm going to say I'm hoping we're going to finish the video tonight. We're going to see how it goes. So far, from everything that we've gone through, I don't think we've learned anything new, but we have been reminded of a lot of things, right? So let's go ahead. I'm going to share my screen with you, and we're going to get started on this. All right, here we go.
Well, I mean, hold on. This doesn't bother you, I'll do it. Hold on. You tell me if it bothers you. Does that video that I told you I did do?
Wow. Okay, Fuller Adventures. That's that. Okay.
Oh, shit. Excuse my language.
Katie could be a swinger. I've known Katie since she was 12 years old. Started dating when she was 18. I'm 10 years older than her, and I never knew her to be a swinger. Where did that question come from? Now, guarantee I don't know her now. I'm not involved in her private life, you know.
Wow, we're starting off this this time with a doozy, right? I don't remember this being brought up, guys. I don't know if I just maybe I spaced while I was listening. But yeah, holy cow. So I did hear back in the beginning, and you hear a lot of stuff, guys, that does not make any of it true. Okay. So you hear back in the beginning, I heard this about Chris and Katie swinging. I even heard that she had a guy over at the house. I don't know. None of that has anything to do with Sebastian being missing. Unless someone that they were swinging with took Sebastian. That's the only way, you know. It isn't that far-fetched. I mean, that's just crazy. And remember, guys, I try to stick with the facts as much as I can, but we will address these rumors, when they come up like that. And that one, so you heard Seth say he knew Katie since she was 12. They didn't start dating until he was 18, until she was 18. He is 10 years older than her. So, because the other rumors we've heard too, I'm just, not gonna go there. This whole thing, and I don't know how many times I have said that since we started going back through these videos and looking and hearing all this stuff, and it's like, how many times have I said that has nothing to do with Sebastian, because that's where I'm trying to focus. I'm trying to see, as we go back through these videos, what's, what did we miss? What is it? There's got to be some answers somewhere, guys. So let's go ahead and continue on.
And I didn't even know there was a Ring Wi-Fi jammer, Fred, so I couldn't tell you if Katie would own one or not.
Okay, let me find this.
I mean, to be honest with you, Ring Wi-Fi jammer sounds like some new type of rock band.
We're not going to get very far tonight if each thing he answers is going to have me making a comment. Okay, so I've heard that too, that somebody jammed up the cameras that night, Ring cameras and such. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. Nothing has come out as regarding fact about it, but I guess there has been some comments from neighbors that their Ring camera glitched that night or didn't work or whatever, and so they were coming to the conclusion that a jammer might have been used. And now they're questioning Katie as to whether, because she worked at Brinks. You guys, again, not fact. We have to stick with facts. Let law enforcement look at suspicions. But we need to stick with the facts because we cannot go there. First of all, we cannot accuse someone of doing something like that when we have no idea if they did or not. It doesn't make any sense. So let's continue on.
All right. I need to pause this. All right, here we go. I'm going to present this. That way you all can see this. Here we go. This is a walkthrough.
All right, Fred. I mean, I figured that's what it does, but I didn't. I mean, what's up with you? Explain that to me. Seth is his name on pamphlet.
He just now realized that you're the dad, I think.
Okay.
This is the home. Well, this is when it was on the market. Just trying to give it a little perspective there that you can see. Sleep apnea. I hope you get to feeling better, Black Hat. I miss you, love you, and thank you for being here. Thank you for prayers, and we're praying for you too. Oh my God. Oh, Susie. That's up to him to answer. If he can answer that, I'm going to let him.
I don't know, Lady McGillicuddy. I do. I have obstructive sleep apnea. I sleep with a CPAP machine.
Would you say she's a heavy sleeper? Or maybe. Let's see.
Mine does, Lady McGillicuddy. So previously when we got to everything was performing normal, Sebastian Leslie, or that his name wasn't normal. His bed wasn't made, and from my understanding, the sheriffs had already been in there going through stuff.
I will agree, Vanessa. I will agree. No offense. I'm not laughing, but I agree. I agree.
I did.
The king.
I mean,
Sleepwalk.
no, Allie, I've never seen him sleepwalk.
Correct, Gracie. That's why I just showed that. Because that kitchen is right there. You'd have to get past that. Not happening. Okay, let's see. Yes, he has.
If I had social media, I'd probably be pasting my son's picture on every Facebook page that would let me join.
Amen. I mean, and he's answered some of the questions that, I mean, I would think that might be hard at times, but he's answering them, and he's hanging in here answering these questions. I mean, he's not running. He's not avoiding He's answering them. He's not saying contact law enforcement. He's answering the questions. He's hanging in there, dude. What is okay? What won't work? A hardwired device and
I
typically.
appreciate all of y'all. If every one of y'all is looking for my son, then you're more eyes than I am by myself.
Amen. And we will continue. Are they talking about the sleep apnea machine?
I think they're talking about
Is it the home security?
what is it? Ring doorbell jammers.
Okay. Let me see. Hold on. Do y'all have any tech questions?
Now we do have Chloe. I'll answer your question in 1 second. We do have an like a Google map that we're using for our flyers. If you distribute flyers, make sure you join the Facebook page. Find Sebastian. It's got exclamation points at the beginning and 2 at the end. We're using a Google map system to log every place that we put flyers. That way we're not going back over the same places twice.
All right, let's see here.
And Chloe is, early on, we were told not to actually speak to the media. That's why I didn't. That, and I mean, I was busy. I mean, they wanted a face to face. I really don't have time for that sort of stuff. Because
Well, he didn't have time. I'll look for you right now. He did not have time because they were asking for a side by side for this man to go out and holler for his child. He was the one out there. I know who was out there. He was. But I don't think he got the side by side.
I didn't. I drove my truck. You know, when they weren't letting civilians get out and walk, I was included in that. So I was driving around hollering for my son till 11, 12 o'clock at night. Then I would drive back home, get some type of sleep, get up, take a shower, and go back and do it again.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna.
Okay, that's something that I don't remember hearing before. That I know that Chris had said that they were not supposed to talk to the media, but Seth now confirmed that in the beginning they were told not to talk to the media. So I don't know what the point of that is. If that's something they do in every case, or what it seems like whenever there's any kind of case, when a missing person case, it's like they're talking to the media right away. I don't know. I could be wrong though.
All right. If David's here, let me see. He might still be here. I don't think that he has seen the video security footage, though.
I have not seen anything. They won't show it to me.
Yeah, I don't think that he has seen that. Let's see, he's here. Okay. I was going to see if David could.
No.
Because you don't think they pinged the phones, right? Is that what you feel? Is that they have not pinged the phones?
From my understanding, they've taken our phones, they downloaded them, and they traced everything.
Okay. And I'm going to see, because David's got his specialty. David, is there any way... Is there any way that any of that stuff could have been removed if they didn't get the phones right away?
I don't know, Chloe.
I thought he did have it. I think he has your phone number memorized, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Let me see. Let me go back to my things here. Does everybody have iPhones? That was one question.
I have a Droid.
Do they have iPhones, or do you know?
I don't know. I know Sebastian had an iPhone. That's all I know.
Okay. Let me see what else. Looking at my very first thing of notes that I had. Okay. And that he did mention and say that he had not had any, he was not able to be on his devices. And then he says that they're locked down. So he really can't even use the damn things. So why would he have these devices, really?
So that he can answer the phone when they call.
David, anything you want to throw in here about some of the things that can be done with these GPSs and these phones and routers and things?
I would think my son would call me. If you get to a phone, I think my son would call me.
I would pray. And I do pray that does happen. Do you know?
He had no internet access and they had the apps were shut down. So he could text, he could answer and make phone calls, and he could use his calculator and he could take pictures.
Oh my gosh. And you don't want to say what you think might have happened at all.
I don't know what happened.
Okay.
And I was told not to think by the police department, by the sheriff.
Okay. I just gotten a message that was asking me, and I wanted to see it, and that's why I was asking if I got you. Let's see what else else do we have here? Is there a reason they were so? Yeah, is there a reason they were so strict on him and they weren't seeming? You gave him more. What do I want to say?
Freedom.
Yes, to be a 15-year-old kid.
I don't know. I gave him more freedom because you got to make mistakes in order to learn from them, but you got to have freedom in order to grow.
Agree. So they just want him to be perfect and captive in the bedroom. I'm just trying to figure this out. I mean, he's 15.
Sebastian was in no ways a perfect child, but he was my perfect child.
Amen.
He was fun. He was inquisitive.
You can get online on the Switch, even use a hidden browser on them.
I know that on my Switch, I never bought him a Nintendo profile. He could have got Wi-Fi, but literally all it would do was update his games. I disagree. My son was perfect to me.
He was going to say that. Listen, and I said, if that's the case, I've got 3 perfect kids too. We've already been over that part. He's going to disagree. He's perfect. Do you know who set those games up?
Wow. So did you guys see that? David Gray, Seth, there are no perfect child. And that's why Seth said, disagree, disagree. You know, every parent thinks their child is perfect. You know, I, I just don't know why somebody would say that to the father of a missing boy.
What? Yes, my son had on my PlayStation. He did. I was the only one with I had mine and then he had his profile, but he played on my profile. But most of the time on my profile, he was playing like Spider-Man, which is a solo game. He played Devil May Cry. You know, that's also a solo game. He played a lot of solo games, and when he wasn't playing solo games, I was there.
Seth, do you think Chris caught him slacking off and playing his Switch instead of doing his chores? Oosh.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if he can answer that one. Let's see. I'm not a parent, but it's under my. Yes, he has called him names, and I won't repeat those names because those are the things I don't like. I don't use those, and I won't use those. Period, because it's just no. It's a big no, and he's aware of that. Very aware of it. Seth, does Sebastian have a pectus chest causing him to wear a chest plate? Is it at the house to your knowledge?
It's not at my house, and he has a brace, but he stopped wearing it.
It's a hard one too. Yeah, David is good at what he does, and
At
that's
their house, I have no idea. At my house, it probably showed that he logged that it was on when the police turned it on. Because when he leaves my house, he has to turn it off and put it on the charger so that it's charged when he comes back.
thank you, seclusions.
I mean, literally, he has to make his bed, clean up his room, put everything away so that he knows where it's at when he comes back. Not to mention, there's not stuff on the floor so I can vacuum because he leaves and then I don't get to see him for 2 weeks.
I don't know about that either, because your family's in Texas, and we're all. You did hear your mom's message, correct?
No, because I wasn't. I was trying to log in.
Would you like to hear your mom's message?
I wouldn't know, sir. I wouldn't know, Mr. David Gray.
Oh man, that would be awesome to know. Would you like to hear your mom's message?
My mom already told me briefly what her message was.
Making sure. Yeah, she had a message, and I did play that. Can you discuss what the? Okay, I don't know that.
I don't know. They didn't discuss that with me.
Yeah, I think he said the last communication that he has had with TBI was it. Did you say?
It was either Friday or Saturday, but they didn't tell me anything about the garbage. I found out a lot of it through news feeds.
Gosh. Yeah, I will play it. Once he's finished answering questions, I will replay it. I don't want to put him through that because his mom said what she meant, and she meant what she said.
And she don't play.
Yeah, I could tell. We had a nice conversation as well. Very nice conversation. I will replay that. I've never been in the garage. All I know is they have a 3-car garage. That's it. Have any neighbors come forward with anything that you know of?
I don't.
Does he like to climb?
You mean like on a jungle gym? On a ladder? Up a slide? I have spoken to Katie twice with Chris on the phone.
Let's see. Fred, he said that they had a good relationship. They FaceTimed.
Yeah, even when he was here, Faith was there. Then Faith would sit there and FaceTime Sebastian on his phone. And Sebastian would literally lay in there on his bed and just talk to her for, I don't know, I think the last time was like an hour and a half.
Wow.
I think that is so sweet that Sebastian would talk to, actually his stepsister. So it's not even related by blood because it's Chris's daughter. So I think that's really sweet that Sebastian would talk to her for a long time and do it often.
Let's see, anything else? Yeah, there's only certain things he can answer. He can't answer anything that's, and I know for a fact he cannot answer anything that points towards certain legal things. He can't answer those things. I'm gonna let him answer that one too.
I'm biased. I was married to her. It's always a possibility, Phoenix, because there's a ladder. Normally, there's a slide or a swing. When I was looking, I have flashlights in my truck, so I was looking at any type of playgrounding equipment, slides, any little tree houses or anything I saw. I would shine my flashlight in there and holler for him.
All right, let's see here. I agree.
Thank you, Miss Hayden.
Terry Dean, Peach was a huge metal slide. My autistic son loved that one when we lived nearby. Mr. Seth, I understand
When
Sebastian.
it came to math, he really liked math. I would say it was one of his best subjects maybe 2 years ago, but he started giving people at school a hard time with his math. He being math was one of his best subjects growing up in middle school and grade school. Math was one of his favorite subjects. I don't know, Mr. Fred.
Interesting on that one. I agree.
I don't know, Mr. Dean.
Thank you, Florida.
Please hand out flyers out there, Mr. Fred.
Have a good night, Fuller, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Fuller Adventures.
Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I do agree with that. I've said that from the beginning. And it's my right to have that opinion. I don't have a good feel or opinion about the man, and I'm not going to change that. There's nothing that he could ever say to make me change that. He wouldn't give me 5 minutes just to ask him one question. And I'm glad, because he wouldn't have given me the right answer. Thank you again, Fuller. agree. I agree. And that was all I wanted to know. Is that right there? Let's see. Oh.
Mr. Dean, no. For Christmas, I asked my son for like, because his birthday's in December too, and it's like I asked him for a month. What do you want for your birthday? What do you want for Christmas? And he didn't want anything. The only thing he wanted me to do was to take him to see his me on Pap Pap in Texas. And I told him I couldn't do it this year because I didn't have the vacation time saved up, and my truck needed a new uh, torque converter on my transmission.
And they miss him. They really do miss him. You're welcome, Juju. I'm thankful that Seth is actually here and is able to actually answer these things. Thank you, Red Wings. Thank you, Peter, but this is Seth. You're welcome, Angel, but this is for him.
Thank you, Spooky Paws. Yes, passing out flyers everywhere helps. No, I didn't hear that, Fred.
Yeah. I try to keep a safe space, and I always want people to have their opinions.
Don't forget, if you do hand out flyers, please use our Google Maps so we know where flyers are at.
And thank you all, anyone that's actually doing that and putting out flyers. Thank you. I don't care where you are. Thank you. In Minnesota, would it be help? Yes, everywhere. We don't ever, you never know. Everywhere. Where do they find the Google map at? That was for them to use if they don't know.
I think she posted that. It was. Where is it? She posted it up here. Where she put it? I'm looking. Give me a second.
We'll find it. If not, and if I don't have it during this, I will make sure I put it on my community wall so you can come back and I'll make sure it's there. I promise. The flyers, Gracie has, we have that. Hold on, I think she sent that to me. It's at TBI, but she sent me the whole link, and it's in this stream. And I do keep my streams where you can go back and we'll see.
Karen S. I shared the Google Maps link for the flyer grid in the chat if you'd like to pin it. You don't have to be a member of the group to use it.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me help her. Hold on, Karen. If you're here, hold on, Karen. Hold on. Where are you at? Let me go to my phone. I don't have me logged in. Hold on. I'm coming to you.
Can't mark it. But
I'm coming to her. I'm coming to her. Let's see. It's Karen S.
yeah,
All right, hold on. Why can't I? Oh crap, Karen S. Why can't I make you a dang mod? Oh God, I need to make Karen S. a mod. I found. Hold on. Okay, you should be able to do it now. You should be able to drop it here now, and I can grab that to pin. He's verbal. He is verbal. Okay, I'm gonna pin you now. Thank you, Karen. All right. That is the I've pinned it at the very top. That's the Google map to use if you pass out flyers. If you pass out flyers for this young boy, his name is Sebastian. This is Seth's son.
that's seclusion. To me, every weekend that I saw him, he was showing greater independence. That's why I was taking the opportunity to teach him how to cook. You know, when we went to the grocery store, we would have a list, and I'd go get the milk, go get the creamer, you know, pick up this and that, and then come back. And he did.
He was an intelligent kid. He seems like he was mischievous a lot to me from the stories that I've been told. He's a little mischievous. He could be. But he's a good kid. He's a good kid.
From my understanding, Mr. Dean, he had just bought himself a new student ID.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Amen. That's awesome. That's awesome. And welcome, see y'all.
What did he want to be when he grows up? From my understanding, he wants to work with animals.
Oh, that's awesome too.
I mean, I know that he was hoping. See, I had an idea of having a homestead, and I know that he liked the idea of being growing up on a farm, taking care of animals, taking care of pets.
That sounds fun too. He likes cats. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you. And they are on the road all over.
Can't give up on our kids.
Never. You never give up on your kids. They're your kids forever.
In his parents' neighborhood, I don't. In my neighborhood, he liked my neighbor's pit bull. He would go over there and literally just basically let the dog clean his face.
I shouldn't laugh at that. Oh, oh my. Let the dog clean his face.
You know what dogs lick all the time? It's
No. Oh, oh, no, no, no.
all right,
Thank
Chloe. Have a good night.
Follow Chloe.
It'll
Oh,
probably be it'll probably be tomorrow at this point in time.
yeah.
Angel, I would hope not.
Oh God. Mm. I pray not. Mm. I say you have to have faith. Amen. Amen. I agree. I agree with that. Oh, I do too. I do too. I do too. Sometimes you just have to hold on to that right there. Because I can't, yeah. Let's see. Yes. And I do have his GoFundMe that his sister has set up. It's on my community wall. If anybody wants to donate to it, they're more than welcome to.
It's fine, Angel. If I can answer a question and it gives somebody an idea and they find Sebastian, it's worth it. I would say he's directionally challenged.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't take any money with him when he left.
And you were teaching him things like that too, as far as banking, you know, managing money and things like that. You were preparing him for days as he got older. You were doing that as he was younger, right?
I'm sorry, what was that?
You were prepared. You prepared him when he was. You started preparing him when he was younger, right? To manage money. Like with maybe an account. Oh, he had money tucked under. He could have. I don't know. I mean, there's a possibility. There are so many possibilities that you could go off of. He could have had money tucked under. Did he get money as gifts from people? Does people usually give him money? Thank you, KR.
As for money, I mean, birthday cards, Christmas cards, he would get money. Here, I made him just put it in his wallet.
Good. So he was already on that road, and he was already starting savings. He was learning already past his time. His dad had him on a road there, so he's still on that road. He's still on the path of learning. Savings.
Dean, he had money tucked away that nobody knew about, but they did find it in his room a week later. He had hid it in an ATM that he had built.
What? I didn't even know this. That's a smart boy there. Wow. Smart kid.
Thank you, KR.
I vaguely remember something about the ATM that he built. And that's so cool, just Sebastian seemed like he was very creative, right? I think that's awesome.
Wow. I did not know that. Wow. Okay, so there's an ask. Is that right? Okay. Wow. That's what I was thinking, Karen. Resourceful. Yes, and thank you, KR. Let's see if we got any more questions. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty darn cool right there. To be able to have that tucked away like that. So he had his own little savings started already. Was he spontaneous at all, or was he rigid with his schedule and routine that you know of?
When he was younger and before we went through our divorce, if things weren't on the schedule, you could tell that he would be aggravated because now something was off and different. For being spontaneous, but ask him where he wanted to go eat.
And where would that be?
Because he doesn't know. With me, his favorite place is IHOP.
Okay. Do you know if anyone had been working in or outside the home?
Not that I know of.
Thank you, sweet Sally. Thank you, and welcome to membership, Terri Lynn. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I agree with you, Seclusions. Thank you, Vanessa.
Good night, Miss Vanessa.
Thank you very much. Yes, Sally's a sweet soul. She is. She's a sweet soul. How old was Sebastian when you and his mom separated?
She filed in 2016.
He can't answer that, sweetie. Fish, I wished he could, but unless he feels like he can, I don't know if he can answer that.
When Katie left California to go to come here, it took me 4 months to get the money together so I could move here.
Wow, that's dedication.
It was a lot of 8-hour shifts and followed by 12-hour shifts.
Gosh. Wow. That's a child that you love. You do what you have to do for your baby. Wow.
My life.
What were you initially told when he went missing? Do you recall what you were told?
Same thing that everybody else was told, that he left.
Mm.
So same thing that they told the police.
Yeah. Have you had a conversation? Can I ask? Have you had a conversation with his mother since this at all?
Sorry, what was that?
Have you had a conversation with his mother since this has happened?
Yes and no. Have I had the conversation I want to have with her? No.
No. Yeah, I was going to say probably not.
Okay. This is the longest interview ever, right, guys? It just keeps going and going and going like the Energizer battery. I kind of like that last question. Has he had a conversation with Katie since this has happened? And he said yes and no. And then he said, have I had the conversation I want to have with her? And he said no. So, I think when this first happened, and then he got to the house, there was probably, the police and everything going on was probably pretty hectic. And then Chris got there. And we all know that Chris has been very vocally protective. So it seems as though when Chris is around, he's going to be the one answering. He's going to be the one doing the talking. It's just the kind of individual that he is. And so, you could see that Seth probably has not been able to talk with Katie the way he'd like. But anyway, we're going to leave it there and we're going to continue on with the same interview. It may be two more hour sessions yet, guys. It's a long interview. So, we will see you then on the next one. Don't forget to light it up green for Sebastian wherever you are. If you're able to pass out flyers, check with your local Walmart to make sure that they have the flyer up on their wall, on their missing persons wall. and put his name, his face out there on social media. I'm doing it every day on my social media. So, but I'm only one person, you know. If you see it on any of my social media, please share it, you know. And that's an easy way to get his name out there, because you have friends, and then your friends will have friends, and on it goes. And that's the best way to get his name and his face out there. Like I said, my new goal is let's get Sebastian home by Christmas. All right, guys. We will see you on the next one.
Thank you for watching another episode of Granny's Crime Busters. We really appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to subscribe and like and even share the content. You can follow us on any of our other social media platforms at YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. We really appreciate you guys, and you can also email us at granniescrimebusters@gmail.com. Thank you so much, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.